Hey, what's up? So this video is going to be part 2 of my makeup collection. If you didn't see part 1, I will put it in the YouTube card right here. I will also put the link in the description. Part 1 was more of my organization process, going through all of my makeup and figuring out how I wanted to organize it. And in this video, I'm going to show you more of my actual collection and what I have and just kind of go through my products with you. So let's get started. So as you saw in the last video, this is like my main display here. And then I have this iris cart down here. Right up top, I have my main go-to products in these big sections, and then I just have stuff that like fit nicely in these little thingies here. And again, my brushes back here and my eyebrow products here. My main brow gel that I use is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in medium brown, and this one you can't even see the label because it's all rubbed off because I use it so often. And then the other one I use is the Essence Make Me Brow. I just kind of go back and forth between those. This Lash and Brow Wand from e.l.f. is like my favorite spoolie. It's so good. It really does a good job of like de-intensifying your eyebrows, if that makes sense. The Anastasia brow definer is what I use in my brows pretty much every day. And then I have like my tweezers, my nail clippers, blah blah blah. And these are like my Eco Tools eyeshadow brush duo sets or whatever you want to call them. One of them is broken. I just keep these over here because I use them like every day, so I don't want to like lose them in my other brushes. And then this brush I think is also from e.l.f. It's their small angled brush. If I'm going to use a shadow for my eyebrows instead of the definer, then I like this brush a lot for that. My favorite two bronzers are the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. Those are my two favorite bronzers. I use one of those every single day, sometimes both. These are just random lip treatments I've gotten as samples, and this I just recently got, so I don't have much of an opinion on it yet. It's the e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm, but I'm looking for drugstore moisturizing primers, especially cruelty-free, because I'm trying to transition my makeup collection into cruelty-free, but I'm just starting that transition, so that's why there will be a lot of not vegan makeup in this video. Honestly, I don't really use any of these that often, just because I don't use lip products that often, so I don't have too much to say about these. This NYX lip oil I talked about in a haul, I think, so I'll link that if you want to check that out. Actually, this Jessie's Girl Glow Sticks gloss, it's like empty, but I still have it because I like to like pretend there's still some in it because I love it so much. I just need to go repurchase one, but I don't go to Rite Aid a lot, and that's the only place I know they sell Jessie's Girl in store. But this is literally the best gloss ever. Like, put this over top anything and it will just glossify it perfectly. Like, seriously awesome. And then this is a Milani gloss that I use like as a backup to that one. Basically, it's way not as good, but it's decent. This concealer I use like every single day of my life, the Maybelline Age Rewind. I'm obsessed, and I'm really trying to find another concealer to replace this since Maybelline is not a vegan makeup company. So if anyone has suggestions, please leave them in the comments for me. That would be awesome. I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me concealers all the time, but I actually haven't used them in a while. I've just been using the Age Rewind. And this big Age Rewind, I thought it would just be a bigger version of the little one, but it's like not as full coverage, I don't think. So I keep it up here, but it's really not as good. And then the Kiehl's Micro Blur Skin Perfector Primer. My favorite primers. It's very smoothing, as well as the Makeup Forever Step 1. Those are both very smoothing primers, so I use those a lot. Here I have all my Milani Amore Matte liquid lipsticks, which I really do like. I think they're pretty decent liquid lipsticks. My one Maybelline Vivid Hot Liquor gloss, which is pretty cool, like nude glossy gloss. The Wet n Wild Liquid Cat Suits. I just put this one here. I have more colors, but I needed one thing to fill this slot, and it matches the other colors. So I just put this one up here. I have a lip swatch video of the new shades that semi-recently came out. If you want to watch that, I will also link it. And then back here I have all my brushes, and if you want to see a separate video on my brushes, I can do that, but I'm not going to go into those right now. So then here I have my go-to mascaras. So I have the L'Oreal Voluminous, the Maybelline Define Lash, the Maybelline Cat Eye, you know it's my favorite, the Kiko Milano, what is this one called? Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara, the two L'Oreal Telescopics, the Carbon Black and the regular, and the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. The mascaras are another thing where I'm really having an issue. I tried this NYX Zaza Zoo recently, and it was like not even close. I'm not sure if Kiko's cruelty free or not, but I do like this one, but I had to order it online and they were having a sale, so I haven't repurchased another one. But I don't know what I'm going to do without my Maybelline and L'Oreal mascara, so I really need recommendations. I like these ones for volume, the Telescopics for lengthening, the Define Lash is really good for declumping. Also the Better Than Sex I have over here, and then the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, Urban Decay Perversion, and Tarte Lifted. Better Than Sex I think is my favorite, and then I do like the Lights Camera Lashes, and I really want to try the Lights Camera Flashes, but I just haven't bought it because expensive. In this drawer I have all of my eyeliners, so a lot of these are randoms I've gotten as samples, or I don't know, just bought to try. Maybelline Skinny Master Precise is a good one. The NYX Trey Jolie is a good one. It's a really good one. The what is this? It's Maybelline Lasting Drama. Maybelline is good, like, waterline eyeliners, not gonna lie. This is ColourPop. This is good, like, sometimes. I don't know. I think you have to put enough pressure on for it to, like, be good, if that makes sense. These Wet n Wild ones are good. They're very pigmented, but these are, like, kind of out their color, so they're just for, like, fun looks. And then the, like, best eyeliners are the, what are they called? The Rimmel Scandalize. These are the best eyeliners. Like, I'm not sure if Rimmel's cruelty free, probably not, but those eyeliners are, like, so good and affordable. And then also the Rimmel Exaggerates, those are pretty good too. So those are just some of my eyeliners in here. If you have any questions about anything you see in here, you can leave a comment. And then I have these shadow shields. Don't remember where I got them, but they're really convenient for doing eyeshadow looks if you want like that sharp line. And then in here I have liquid eyeliners and then some more little sample mascaras. So these are like nothing. Like they're just samples I got from Sephora or something. So I don't really have an opinion on those. Liquid eyeliners, Jessie's Girl eyeliner is so good. It's a pen, it's a felt tip. It's so easy to use. It's pigmented, it's smooth. The tip is not too stiff or anything. It's just a really good, easy to use eyeliner. Especially recommend this for beginners with liquid eyeliner. Shoot! Had a little mishap there. I'm gonna try and pull this out without having it fall again. So what else do I have in here? I was gonna say the Physicians Formula Lash Boosting, Eye Booster Lash Boosting Eyeliner in Serum is also a really good one. It's very similar to the Jessie's Girl, so I like that one a lot. It's not quite as matte as some other liquid eyeliners, but it's very easy to use. So that's a good one for beginners too. The NYX Strictly Vinyl, this is actually pretty easy to use too. This is like a brush, like I only have one hand, so I'm not going to pull it out, but it's like you pull it out and it's like a little wand thing, just like these e.l.f. ones. If you've ever used that, it's like not a pen, but it's very thin, so it's easy to use. It's not like super thick and like easy to mess up with, and I like the quality of it. These e.l.f. ones are some of my favorite, solely because the brush is so thin. It makes it so easy to use. I actually talked about these in my eyeliner tips for beginners video that I posted a while ago, but I will also link that if you want to check that out. I think they're actually pretty good tips. I made it a while ago. It's not as good as it could be if I made it now, but still helpful, definitely helpful information. I think I also mentioned the Jessie's Girl and Physicians Formula in there. This is that NYC eyeliner. I think they discontinued it. This is clearly very old. You can't even see the label. I was never a huge fan. I don't know, like I feel like other people liked that more than I liked it. That's, I got a Nipsey bag, not that good. The NYX white eyeliner, honestly, like not great. Breaks up, like not really what I was looking for. It doesn't stay on well. It's hard to apply. It's, I don't know, gets crusty. The colored eyeliners from NYX aren't that good, which actually brings me to this drawer. I have a few of those, the Vivid Brights. I mean, like they're good for like, you can make it work for a look. I have like a few. I have the pink, the yellow, I have a green one, a red one, but they don't last. And if you like layer it too much, like if you're trying to perfect a line and you put too much on, it will like flake off. So they're really not the best. And then sometimes they make your eyes burn. But yeah, I mean, they're okay. Like they do the job, but not great. I have their sparkly eyeliners, which I actually do like. They kind of do the same thing with the burning occasionally and like flaking off. But especially if you just want to do glitter over like another black eyeliner, they're really good for that, because if you don't need like it to work on its own, you just want some glitter like over top of that, then that's pretty good. I also have the Wet n Wild Mega Liners, which the brushes on those are really thick, so I'm not a huge fan of those. And then Wet n Wild also has glitter eyeliners that are almost the same as the NYX ones. And those are actually, I think, kind of better than the NYX ones, just because they don't really do any of the stinging that the NYX ones sometimes do. And here I have some more concealers, and I don't know why this eye primer's in here, but I have Maybelline Better Skin, the Tarte Shape Tape, Urban Decay, Naked Skin, Rimmel Match Perfection, L'Oreal True Match. I got this from Maybelline. It's like one of those stick things, and I thought it would be like easy to use with like eyebrows and stuff, but it's really not. It's like not easy to blend in at all. And this is the Hey Honey Trick and Treat Cream Concealer with treatment benefits. I think I got this in an Ipsy bag, but I like the stuff I've gotten from this brand in like sample bags and stuff like that. So I like this concealer. It's like very hydrating concealer is what I've noticed. These are all pretty decent concealers, more like full coverage concealers in here. These are little random samples of moisturizers and things. Down here I have more eyeshadow primers. Milani eyeshadow primer is my favorite eyeshadow primer. The Essence one is pretty good. Urban Decay eye primer I like. e.l.f. eye primer is I mean, it's really cheap, so if you need an eye primer, like, that's fine, but I don't really like it. It's a little too, like, I want to say, like, oily, but I don't know if it's oily, but it's just very liquidy. I love the Milani Shadow Eyes. It's a really good nude base, and they have other colors, too. I think they have other shades. I really like that as a base for, like, smoky eyes and stuff like that. Love the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. That keeps my eyeshadow on all day long. NYX Glitter Primer. Look what happened. It is good for a glitter primer, but I mean, mine's broken, so I don't think I've actually tried this Thank Me Later one from Elizabeth Mott, so I'll have to try that one. I forgot that was in there. And then this Wet n Wild one is pretty good. It's a Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. This one's okay, but I still like the Milani. I think the Milani is my favorite one in this drawer. Here I have my NYX Roll-On Shimmers. I love these. Absolutely recommend these. These are awesome. So easy to use. Really gorgeous. They have lots of different colors. And then here I have just some NYX Loose Glitters, which I also love, but they're a little harder to use than the Roll-On Shimmers. And then I have these Wet n Wild Single Glitters back here, which kind of suck, to be honest. Unless you have a specific purpose for them and you know, like, what you want to do with it, which is hard to explain. Like, I can use them sometimes. They're not what you think they are. You know what I mean? They're not like a glitter you can put all over your eye. And here I have highlighters. So I have my Wet n Wild Cushion Highlighter, which is actually pretty good. I mean, I don't really use liquid highlights a lot, but if I really want to glow, or like if I put it on my inner corner or something, that's nice, but I usually don't use that like alone or like frequently. I have a mini Becca Champagne Pot and a big Becca Champagne Pot from Jaclyn Hill. I love this highlighter. Honestly, it's really, really good. That is one of my go-tos. I also love this City Color Highlight Trio. This is actually really good and probably way more affordable than the Champagne Pop. I don't know how much it is. I got this in an Ipsy bag actually, but I really like this one. Hard Candy Tiki Highlighter. I actually bought this way back when I first got into makeup, when I was like discovering the YouTube beauty world, because this was like, everybody talked about this as like one of the best drugstore highlighters, and then I feel like everyone stopped talking about it. This is a really good natural highlight. It's definitely not anything intense like Champagne Pop. It's a really good natural highlight because not a lot comes off. It's like a harder powder, if that makes sense. It's really affordable, so if you haven't tried that, definitely give it a try. You have nothing to lose. This is like, I don't know, a stick highlighter. I think I got this in a beauty box and I have not tried it yet, so I don't know what that is. Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Bar. This is actually a pretty good highlighter. I have this, and then I have the Precious Petals Mega Glow Highlighter. These are both pretty decent. Wet n Wild's highlighters are pretty good, I think. Physicians Formula Shimmer Brick, because that was another one people always talked. Same with the Hard Candy, except for I don't really love the Shimmer Brick like that much. I mean, it's okay, but it's not incredible. Super Shock Lunch Money from ColourPop. I like these, and they are so soft. Like, I love how soft they are, but I feel like I'm not good at applying them, so I don't really go for this type as much. I'm more of like to just take a brush, you know, swirl it around and just pop it on. Then I have some other little samples that I don't really know. I have a lot of oh, please close. Here I have my blushes, and I can never, it's so hard to get my blushes back in the right way, so I don't want to take them all out, but I have a couple Tarte blushes. Party, this one is Seduce, so they're both pretty like nude. This one's way more pink. Seduce is the lighter one. I really like these blushes actually a lot. I got them both either like from Sephora as a sample or in a box. I don't think I've ever bought a like Tarte blush with my own money. I have a sample of NARS Orgasm, which I still use occasionally. There is some left, and I like this blush, but I just would never buy a high-end blush because I don't even use blush that often, and just not worth it to me to spend that much money on a blush, you know what I mean? Revlon Naughty Nude is a really good neutral blush from the drugstore. I really like this like in the fall. I really like the tone of it. Wet n Wild Color Icon and Mellow Wine. I got this, and I don't know why, because it's like really pigmented, and I don't really go for the super pigmented or pinky blushes. I mean, it's not super pinky, but I really like the nudish kind of like orangey ones. I don't know. Milani Luminoso, another classic OG, but it really is a really good blush. Like, that is very pretty, natural, really gives you like life in your face. This is ColourPop Birthday Suit, also a good blush, but again a little bit too pigmented for me and not as easy to apply. Then I have like a NYX blush in here that I don't use that much because it's very pink. This Maybelline Master Glaze I actually got for under eye circles because like red is supposed to help with that. And then these other ones are more samples. I don't really use blush that much, so I don't really need that many. Oh, this e.l.f. blush palette I forgot to talk about. I don't remember when I got this. It's the e.l.f. blush palette in light, but this top right corner right here, that's the only one pretty much that I use in here, but I love that one. But the other ones are just so like pink and red. Unless I have a specific look that I want that for, like for every day, I would go for only like the top right one. And they're a little more pigmented in person. It's not showing up on camera, but it's a little bit more like orangey. They're all a little more pigmented in person, but yeah. These are actually so pigmented though. Like, you actually are gonna put this blush on, you need to like tap your brush once and then tap off a ton of excess and put it on very gently. Like, it goes on intense if you're not careful. Maybe you should take it slow.